Hello and welcome to EVTN News, your source for Catholic news. And again, I don't have a lot of stories today. I think in October with the Synod, there may be some more stories. And this is the last week of August, so we have another month to go before the Perpetual Synod has another meeting. Of course, it's not perpetual because one day Francis will die and the Synod will end with him. The Synod will go to the grave with Francis. So, yes. New interview given to journalist Gian Soldati of the Italian newspaper Il Messaggero. Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano accused Cardinal Tarcisio Bertone of being connected to Freemasonry and having subjugated Benedict XVI. Bertone was named cardinal by JP2 in 2003. He was named the Secretary of State under Benedict, and I think he had something to do with Fatima, at least like the message, but I don't know. So that's always interesting. Vigano's throwing around a lot of accusations recently, and he also said this was kind of noteworthy. I think the Vigano said he doesn't stay in one place, sort of implying that I don't know, there's some kind of threat. Actually, let me find that. I'll find that if I can. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. All right. Well, let me go to the next one. Let me check this out. Okay, so let's just scroll a little bit. And oh, so did you know that Zelensky of Ukraine banned the Russian Orthodox Church? So people aren't allowed to practice their religion in Ukraine. Yes, definitely very interesting in that regard. Where are we at? Well, I think it's, yes. Vigano says, I do not reside in a fixed place. I don't think. I think that was sort of like an afterthought. But so much for Vigano living in a mansion. He is a multimillionaire, I believe, based on his inheritance. But I don't actually see the quote here. I think it was almost sort of an afterthought. But Gloria TV kind of brought that into the forefront. So, okay. Well, let's look at the next story. Dicastery for Religious. So Cardinal Angel Artime, age 64, will soon be named the next prefect of the Vatican's Dicastery for Religious, reports Messa in Latino. Until August 16th, he was the rector major of the Salesians of St. John Bosco. Cardinal Artime will replace the infamous Cardinal João Braz de Aviz, age 77, who's known as persecutor of the Franciscans of the Immaculate Conception and enemy of the Mass in the Latin Rite. So, what do you know about this new guy? Well, he was... Oh, I guess I didn't copy and paste that. He was the famous cardinal who did the Tower of Babel, who reinstituted the Tower of Babel. I think I talked about him just last week, where he told everyone to say the Our Father in their own native language. They're a group of people from different countries at a mass, and he told them to say the Our Father in their own language. So it was like the reverse Pentecost, or it was the what is it? The new Tower of Babel. like they, you know, the Vatican II, the Francis Vatican II Church, they like to say the Vatican II is a new Pentecost, but this, I don't know, this is really a new Tower of Babel. Okay, I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, so hold that thought, because I skipped over one story. It is Cardinal Matteo Zuppi of Bologna, Italy, has approved the completion of mosaics by Father Marco Rupnik in the Church of Santa Maria Regina Mundi in Bologna. The mosaics have been unfinished since December 2nd. This summer, Cardinal Zuppi gave the go-ahead for the completion of a mosaic by Rupnik himself. So this guy, he's very much like Francis, and he is certainly one of the names that people may anticipate becoming the next pope, very much into the rainbow stuff, but also not so much into the persecution of traditionalists. So maybe more of like a hippie type of thing. I mean, not that Francis isn't, but this guy is more of like, oh well, what is it? Who said this? Sigmund Freud, maybe. Religion is the opium of the people. That might be more of what Zuppi is like. Well, if they like the traditionalism, let them have their traditionalism. If they like their clown masses, let them have the clown mass, and so on. And the next story is Carrie Kennedy, who wrote this scathing family letter against her brother Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Carrie wrote a book. She also wrote a book called Being Catholic Now. She dedicated a chapter to Predator Ted McCarrick, former Cardinal McCarrick. Carrie called him a breath of fresh air and such an obviously Christian person. So that shows what the Catholic liberals stand for. And it shows what kind of judge of character they have. So, and of course, it's not just one isolated example, because of course, Father Jackson and the FSSP, that's sort of a dark spot in for traditionalists. But when you have people promoting heresy, actively promoting heresy, that's different than someone who's surprised, or someone who fools a lot of people. Of course, his advice wasn't bad, Father Jackson, but anyway. Okay. So getting back to the story, Messa in Latino has also learned that Francis could soon announce another consistory with new cardinal appointments. Oh boy, what a disaster. The Francis Church is just stuck in a downward spiral. Please let it be over soon. I mean, it's just a disaster. There's no other way to describe it. Even though the last three cardinal consistories of cardinals included U.S. cardinals, this is my own personal opinion, included U.S. cardinals. Most recent to oldest is Prevost, McElroy, and Gregory. Prevost spent most of his time in Rome, so does he even really count as a U.S. cardinal? He was born in the U.S. But anyway, I kind of expect another American in this new group. The United States is traditional. I mean, there's a lot of traditionalism in the United States. It's growing here very quickly. And Francis wants to stomp out the Catholic faith. And has been very, very upfront about that, because he calls anyone who believes in the Catholic faith rigid. Anyway, so my expectations, it could be anywhere from any of these names. Archbishop Wester of New Mexico, Bishop Stowe, he's a raging heretic. Archbishop EVTN of Seattle. I believe he's in the Synod. I don't know if Wester is or not. I'd have to look and see. I think I have a list, so I'm gonna look. But anyway, he's there. Bishop Seitz, he's his sole focus is immigration, but he famously said that he thought that, what was it, something about eliminating the divine praises from benediction. He wanted to do that, modernize a little bit. And then the synodal superstar Flores, Bishop Flores. But Francis will get a good look at these people at the Synod, kind of evaluate their loyalty to him, their opposition to the Catholic faith, and see who he wants. I would guess Wester. I mean, Wester's sort of a dark horse candidate, but he's very close to retirement age, so it'd buy him some time before mandatory retirement, namely 5 more years, which is all you need to elect a new pope. So I don't know if Flores is into the LMNOP stuff as much as the others, but he is a synodal superstar, and of course, he's Hispanic, and so he'd definitely be considered, because they're all about the diversity quotas in the Francis Church. An Australian heretic will probably receive the Cardinals' red hat, maybe a German, and possibly another Chinese communist. So those are some people to watch out for, and if that happens, then I will let you know. Now, I do have this list of U.S. Synod delegates. Okay, so here's the ones who were invited by Francis: Supich, Gregory, McElroy, and Cardinal O'Malley, who was recently kicked out, Archbishop Paul Etienne of Seattle. So I named him. And James Martin, S.J. They were invited. Okay, and then some lay people. Now, who's also going to be there? So Flores is there as his, based on his position, the USCCB sort of appointed him as a synodal superstar. So he's there because, well, some of them are there because they have to be, like Cardinal Dolan and Bishop Barron. They're there because they were nominated by the USCCB. Of course, if the USCCB had integrity, they would say this is completely compromised, and just refuse to participate in it. I think there was who was the bishop? Luxembourg. Was it Luxembourg? Maybe not. Maybe that's Hollerich who I'm thinking of. There's one bishop from a very small place in Europe who said, I'm not participating in this compromised synod. Anyway, let's look at the comments here. I think I'm a little bit uneven. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay, anyway, whatever. Good afternoon. Where are you from? Good afternoon. Are you from California? Anyway, finding a non-stonecutter cardinal is hard to find. Francis names them all. Cardinal James Martin. See, I wouldn't. I'd be surprised if Martin were named a cardinal. Cardinal Parent Ryan. Well, that would be pretty funny. There is a video of Parent Ryan being named a cardinal, or, well, thinking he was named a cardinal. You'll have to check it out yourself. Check it out and see. People's Republic of California. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I used to start out my show with greetings, comrades, and I think that's coming due again, because you can vote, but does it really mean anything? Does it really matter? Because there's going to be a lot of AI voters, and they're going to be voting for a specific political party. Just throwing it out there. Lucky me. What does Elon have to say about it? Is Elon banned from Twitter? Or from Twitter? No. Is Elon banned from YouTube? Would Elon get censored with some of the stuff? I bet Elon would get censored with some of the stuff that he says on Twitter. He'd get censored from YouTube if I just like read it straight. I'll bet my videos would get banned for that. But anyway, yeah. Unfortunately, your vote's not gonna mean anything, and the outcome is predetermined because of the AI voters. Don't believe me? Just watch. Just watch. I'd like to be wrong. If I am, that's what it is. But that's what it is. Okay. Anyway, I think that's all I have for today. They've been short. The videos have been short, but I did record some book reviews, and so we'll have some book reviews coming up in the upcoming weeks. I've been reading through some good books, so I'm excited to share those with you. And I'm still reading through some more good ones. So every time I talk about books, I don't actually say the books I'm reading because the book reviews will come out very much later. I think I was very intent on uploading these videos, and then my computer, it was just kind of funny. The computer decided to update, and then I got a headache, and so I was like, all right, I'll upload them some other time. But they're in the works. They're coming. That's what I do like about this channel. I have plenty of new books, new used books to read, or new books in general. Sophia Press had some really good ones for $2 each. Sophia Institute Press. If you want to go there and look through some of their cheap books, sort by price, whatever. It's a good stuff. Lady of Lost Let. Yeah, see that's Lady of Lost Let. Pray for us. See, that's another book I want to read. I have that book. I'm not sure when I'm going to get to it, but definitely in the plans for sure. So, okay. So the Synod is coming up in October. I don't think I'll do a preview for that. And then the USCCB meeting is in November. I do like October though, because in the area, the region where I live, the leaves change colors in October, and the weather's kind of cool, and so it's a very neat experience going hiking. Usually, sometimes it's a little too cool, but it doesn't matter. You can put on a bunch of layers. Well, it does matter. You can put on a bunch of layers, but if the wind, if the wind's ripping through, then it's still cold. But anyway, I like to do the outdoor stuff. Especially in the fall. This summer, man, it was really hot. Not a lot of time, not a lot of. I didn't have a lot of desire to do a lot of outdoor stuff, just some small things. But St. Francis, Little Flower, St. Teresa in October. Well, and the Feast of Christ the King is in October, so kind of cool. All right, so that's all I have today. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, we are the laity, and we will not be silent.